Well, before we were as busy as we could be. Sales were great, but we had no cash flow. We didn't have. I mean, we were actually going to the bank to borrow money on a credit line, paying it off. 2 months later, we were going back again, and it was a cycle. I mean, we were running just as hard as we could run. Business was good, but we were having trouble paying our bills, and it got to the point that it was just, that's enough to run you ragged. After we restructured, our cash flow went up. We didn't use our credit lines much, and we were able to grow our business easier. I mean, it's a big difference when you don't have to, when you change the things that get your margins up, that it makes it easier to see the big picture because you're not, running back and forth as much. Before you guys came in, I was about ready to bolt. I had all this place I could stand. I didn't want to come to work. The day-to-day stuff was just driving me crazy, and I'd had other people come in to do the analysis or surveys or whatever you want to call it, and none of them really did anything. And it seems all they wanted to do was compile data and hand you a thick book and then get paid and leave. They really didn't take the time to try to show us how to change. All they wanted to do was, or something all they wanted to do was to compile data and get their check and leave. After you guys came in, we restructured. It divided all the stress among other employees, and they had to deal with it. So it made me a little easier to look at the things I should be looking at, the records and the operations end. I mean, spreading it out and getting Joey involved in it kind of put more on him, but it also gave him the power for him to spread it out.
Before HCMM came, we didn't really have a system of operation, but now we do have a system of day-to-day operation. Before, it was supposed to be done, but nobody was doing it, but now everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. There was times that we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know whether we was going to continue to work for Al Parker or if we was going to work for somebody else, because he often have said about the stress level and the operations of day-to-day. It was just getting to him. But now there's a big change. I'm not trying to do it all, that where we have implemented everybody to have job descriptions to make it run on a day-to-day basis, that everybody has a part to play and it's just not being run by one or two. So there's a big change. I love to come to work now.
HCMM definitely changed my life. You need to ask my wife about that. That'd be a good example. Yeah, it made a big difference.